I forgot about that until y'all brought it up that time.
Good morning, good noon, good evening, wherever time and place you listen to us from. Straight from the 909, it's Mark.
Where my killer tape at, man?
Ali.
What up?
Myself, Nesquik, and together,
That's hip-hop.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. It really does mean a lot. Today we are discussing something special, something that's not even out yet, but that will be coming out pretty soon. But already it's stirring a lot of hype just from the teasers and the videos they already released alone. It's pretty incredible that Clipse is coming back.
They're back.
And they're in top tier form already. And you got Pharrell coming back. It's just like the classic trio. Amazing. What were your thoughts hearing this, Ali? Like hearing them come out together, like, or even working? Did you hear about them even working?
Yeah, so last year, I think it was Paris Fashion Week, they were in a show. I think they were in a Louis Vuitton show because Pharrell, he has a position with Louis Vuitton doing something. But they modeled in the show, and they actually previewed one of the songs that is going to be on the album. We didn't know the name of the song. We just heard the beat playing, and I think it was Push's verse that we heard while they were modeling during that show. That's all we really had to go off of last year.
Yeah.
After that, the next thing I hear is Push is doing an interview, and then they're like, yeah, what's up with the album? We heard there's a Clipse album coming, this, that, and the third. And Push is like, oh, it's like 80% done. He said, honestly, we're just waiting on a feature. That's it. And he looked in the camera, was like, we just waiting on a feature, bro. You know who you are. We just waiting on a feature.
That's crazy.
And when he said that, the internet went crazy. Everybody was assuming he was talking about Kendrick. Or they said he maybe Kendrick, maybe Jay-Z, but people, this is right after the beef and all of that. So Kendrick is the talking point at the moment.
Yeah.
So everybody's thinking, oh, it's probably Kendrick. Oh, it's probably Kendrick. And it probably was, because it feels like the moment this year came around, I would say right around maybe April or May, we finally get the first release with Ace Trumpets. Super dope record.
Yeah.
The beat is there. It's knocking.
Going hard.
The verses, Malice sounds like it's like he's riding a bike, dude.
Yeah.
He's literally the definition of riding a bike.
Very clever already.
Man.
Still the same technique style that he was already doing back then.
Man, this sounds like...
It just sounds even more polished, smarter, better, wiser.
So we get Ace Trumpets. That's the first, thing we get. Everybody's excited. Then they're doing, actually no. So we get Ace Trumpets, and then maybe a couple weeks later, then we get So Be It. And now another monster, and we get the video.
Yeah.
So they didn't even put that, like Ace Trumpets is on streaming. You can stream that right now.
Yeah.
So Be It, they did not put it on stream, but they put the video out.
Yeah.
So
and piece to the aesthetics, because I feel like he got a lot from Kanye when he did work with Kanye.
Absolutely.
The aesthetic thing is
most definitely
on point.
And the video is amazing. The song is dope, but the last verse, Push is throwing shots at Travis Scott. So when that happens, now everybody's stirring about that. But very wisely, what they did was they had an interview. I think it was with either New York Times or GQ. They've done interviews with both, but I forget which interview it was, where Push is actually explaining why he took shots at Travis. So it didn't sound like it was just some random shot just to try to make noise. It's like, nah, we're in Paris working on the album. You come through, you interrupt our session already. So we already kind of mad about that. But you're playing us the Utopia album. You play us the entire album. Then a week or two later, whenever the album comes out, we hear this song Meltdown with Drake on it throwing shots at us. So now, like, it's on. Like, you can't do that.
Right.
Like, you're gonna face some consequences.
In
hip hop, if you have a feature and that artist is dissing that other artist, it's like you're co-signing that.
Yep. And piece of Pusha T, because he holds his ground. Like he don't care.
He's not budging. He's not doing any of that.
He ain't scared at all.
He explains that situation about that, and then also even before that, we hear no news of they were on Def Jam, but Def Jam, which is the parent company UMG, which is in the middle of this lawsuit with Drake and all of that, but in the middle of this, they're listening to the album. And the minute they see Kendrick on it, they're already shook. They're thinking, oh, the optics of Drake's two biggest ops on one song.
Yeah.
They're already they're already tripping off of that before they even hear it. They're like, we don't know about this. Then they play the song. Now they're looking for something to take, because there's no direct shots at Drake in the verse. That's what Pusha says. Like, we're not talking about him. Like, we're not doing that on here. But because he uses, and the crazy part is, I'm gonna have to fast forward a little. They preview Kendrick's verse, which is ridiculous, but we didn't hear the whole verse. But there's a part later on in the verse where he mentions the phrase Trump card. So because he says the word Trump, they're like, oh, we don't want any controversial issues with the administration, yada, yada, yada. So because of this, you have to either you censor that or you take Kendrick off.
But they still feel like it's because of Drake still. Like
he's like, that has nothing to do.
They just use any kind of reason.
They were looking for something. So Push is like, well, he's like, either you censor that part or you take Kendrick off the song. He's like, well, no, we're not doing it. They're like, well, we're not putting it out. So they literally basically bought themselves out of Def Jam to make sure that they stayed with the integrity of what the record was. Because they're like, we're not changing it. We're not censoring the verse. We're not taking them off the song. So basically they had to buy themselves out, and Push had to buy, because he was signed there also as a solo artist. So they had to buy himself out as well. Yeah. So, all of this news, again, it's kind of controversy in a way, but it's still building anticipation for this album. Like I said, they sit down with the New York Times, they sit down with GQ, they go to Paris again for Fashion Week. Yeah. Like
all that controversy, like you said, just like how Marshall Mathers, it still adds to
helping.
Yeah, the sales.
It's building the anticipation.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Then again, last week they previewed the Kendrick verse. So now everybody hears what Kendrick's doing. It's like, oh my gosh,
a little taste of it.
We want more. They got a whole rollout with they have a merch line collaboration with Cause, the artist.
Yeah, because they're fashionados too.
You know what I mean? So they got a whole, you can go to the website now and basically pre-order the merch with the album and everything. Like, they have it all packaged up nicely. And then one final thing, they just today they put out the track list. Yeah. So now we see all the features.
How many tracks?
So 13.
13.
Pretty nice amount. That's right up my alley. Not too long, not too short. Yeah. Perfect 13. They got Pharrell's on there, of course. The Dream, John Legend's on it. Kendrick, Nas,
Squad,
Stove God Cooks from Griselda.
That's good balance.
Like, they have so many. Tyler, the Creator's on it. Like, they really are tapping into so many different areas in hip hop to where this sounds like it's going to be a classic.
Can you imagine nowadays? Because if you already have some OGs that are coming with it, like around these times, and you have a group like Clipse who are not really OGs yet, but they are reinvigorated, just because everybody's coming out, being creative. Like, can you imagine that with Pharrell and everything, after everything that's been said in the air? Yeah. This is your first time kind of now saying something like...
First album together in 15 years.
This is them doing a rollout, but also adding to the fact that, we're back. Right. Yes. So the rollout, the fact that they're back is secondary to this fantastic rollout that they're doing.
True.
Because now you have them doing this track listing where they're going to be with established stars, past and present.
Yes.
And future to a certain extent.
Well balanced.
And we're just waiting for the release date.
Next week. It's coming.
We have this long anticipated album that we've been waiting for. Almost 2 decades worth of waiting.
Yep.
Almost
15 years.
And now my main thing is that if these guys can get back together, you guys know what I say off air. Where's Outkast at?
Or who else? What other group out there that we
Fugees?
Ooh.
I mean,
Fugees needed to do an album yesterday.
Yeah. That'd be a good one too. They're showing you can come back. You can reconnect. Yeah. Now, granted, it's a little easier for the Clipse because they're family. Yeah. You know what I mean? That makes it a little easier with them being brothers. Yeah. You know what I mean? But still, 15 years of no album. What was it? 12 years of no music together at all. Yeah. You know, the first reunion was Push's last album. Malice is on the last song on the album. That's the first time we hear them together in 12 years. And then you fast forward.
That's wild, man.
You know what I mean? Now you got the album coming in. It sounds like it's it's feeling like a potential classic for real.
It's crazy how like Pusha T wasn't really like even upset with Malice, even when Malice didn't feel like he was ready to keep going. Like he was okay with it. He was just like, okay, well, I got to keep it going.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like that is kind of like, to me, that's like cool that you're like, you understand it, but you're still going to keep the fight going.
Yep.
And when he comes back, like the patience is like
nothing
crazy.
personal.
Yeah.
Like this is real brotherly love
Yeah,
here from the sense of, again, Push not being upset and Malice doing his thing, and even Malice not judging Push.
Yeah, not
for
judging
doing
him.
He's doing because Malice.
Imagine, he could have been easily judgmental.
He went,
like,
he went on to do, he was doing some Christian rap
That's
here
true.
and there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then obviously after a while he just stopped rapping at all. But again, no judgment to Push. Anytime he's asked about his brother, like, that's my brother, I love him, and I'm proud of what he's doing. That's it. He leaves it there. He never said nothing judgmental, disrespectful, nothing. Like,
that's
to see those two brothers do that,
that's dope.
is dope. You know what I mean? So to just let them all branch off and do their own things and then circle back with, I think Malice is 50. Push has got to be like 44, 45, something like that. So, you know what I mean? For them to come back both at least in their 40s, 25 years in the game almost.
Damn.
Like, but 15 years apart and now reconnecting. And then you add to it this wonderful rollout they've been doing. The aesthetic, everything they've been doing has literally been perfect. They have not had a misstep at all.
I'm still waiting on their bad album.
Right. They don't have one.
Yeah.
They don't have one. Nope. They have 3 albums, all good.
Yeah, that's true.
I would consider 2 of them classics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would consider Lord Willing and Hell Hath No Fury classics. To the Casket Drop, underrated, solid album. You know what I mean? So this one, let God sort them out. What a dope title for that. I mean, reunited with Pharrell. Pharrell does the entire album.
What more do you want?
Yeah, because they still have the religious theme going, like with Lord Willin, all these like
Hell
religious
Has No
themes.
Fury.
Yeah, and then but now it's like let God sort them out, but it's still like menacing.
Yeah,
It's
in a
kinda
way,
crazy.
let God sort them out.
That's
You know what I
kinda
mean?
crazy.
Like, it's just the themes in what they're doing, and even just some of these titles. I'm gonna go through the track
that's
list
interesting.
just
Yeah,
real
while
quick.
you're reading off the track
You know what
listing,
I
we
mean?
might as well have the Alan Parsons Project.
Like,
Because these guys are back.
Like, you just go through it real quick.
Clipse.
You got the Birds Don't Sing, Chains and Whips, So Be It, Ace Trumpets, All Things Considered, and then they got 2 that are acronyms, like abbreviations. So I don't know what these mean. We'll find out when it comes out. They got one called FICO and Glorious Bastards, So Far Ahead, Let God Sort Them Out. That's the one with Nas. And then the final song, By the Grace of God.
Let God sort out those singles. They all sound like singles.
Like all of this.
And then they have Nas on there too is also cool.
Yes.
Like,
I mean, that's to see the Clipse and Nas.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
imagine?
Yeah.
And
Nas is in good form right now too.
That's what's even crazier because it's like it's almost perfect timing off the back of this wild Jim Jones stuff going on.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? These crazy takes he's been making.
That's an episode in itself.
It's almost perfect, the fact that, we're going to get a Nas verse on this album that I'm almost guaranteed he's going to murder it. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're standing next to Pusha T and Malice. You have to bring it. This is Nas, who's already been, like you said, in great form over the last 5 years with the King Disease and Magic albums.
Yeah, good form right now.
Well, Jim Jones is going to say that he actually had the feature rights to that song before Nas did. He's going to say that after the release.
Right.
Yeah, so we're gonna,
I passed on it. Nas got it.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I said,
kids out there who are on this boat of thinking Jim Jones is the guy, go back, do some homework.
You got some homework.
You got
Yeah,
some
that's
history.
wild.
You got some history to check out.
You got homework. And then not for nothing either. I'll just stay on that topic real quick. He tried to make it a statistical thing, and it was proven wrong.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, check my Billboard injuries and check his. He has 2. Nas is 27. Like, it's not even like a little close.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been different if it was like 8 to 12 or something.
Yeah.
But it's 2 to 27. Like, it's not close.
I mean,
That ratio's all off.
I mean, just in talk, like, just barbershop talk, the amount of times you'll hear a Nas mention is way more significant than you'll hear
What
Jim
are we
Jones.
talking about?
And,
What are we talking about here?
And the fact that, all respect due to Jim Jones.
Absolutely.
He's an
sure.
artist, and he's reached success that every artist that likes to rap has
Absolutely.
gotten to.
There is credit due.
But
yes.
to say those words about a legend like Nas and to like say that with and stand on it, bro, that's your integrity at that point.
Loud and wrong.
Yeah.
Like that's the definition of loud and wrong. Like there's nothing wrong with being confident in yourself.
We've all had our fair share of those people. Man, he's lying out his teeth.
Come on.
But it's like when you get people in high establishments like that, where you
camera.
have to be reputable.
Yes.
That's where it becomes a problem with
Yeah,
not only people in his inner circle, but when you say that to like everyone and social media starts flaming you.
Come on. Come on. So to
you
me,
start exposing yourself. For
you better save a baby out of a flaming house or something.
Or have an album ready to drop that's
right?
fire or
Because Nas is about to have another checkpoint on this Clipse album. Like this album, I mean, it's all lining up perfectly for Clipse, Pharrell, hip hop. It's really a great look, and again, that's what I say. It's dope to see two legends getting this type of look in an era that quote unquote doesn't care much about lyricism. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to see the hype behind this, and they've delivered so far in the little bit we've gotten, we're ready next Friday.
Way to execute this and roll this out.
It's been perfect. We're all here. Yeah. It's finally coming. Like I said, next Friday, July 11th, and stay tuned. There will be a review on this album very soon. Very soon. Stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned.
And to be able to catch them perform, this will be even crazy.
Come on,
too.
I'm going to the show.
A tour would be
They'll
great.
be out here. They'll be out here. They'll be out here in August. I'm going. I am going.
That'll be so dope.
Absolutely.
They need to do it in bigger arenas. Ali was mentioning they're doing it at the Novo.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yeah.
They would perform at the Novo.
It could have
Ali
been.
went to the same show.
It could have been with the Pusha T show. Yeah. But the Clipse are going to be there. So, but they could do an arena if they wanted to. Yeah. Especially if they had the right opener, they definitely could do an arena. But
good point.
You know what I mean, but them doing the Novo is fine with me. Either way, I'm gonna go.
No. Are you guys okay with me taking a little sidebar here?
Go
Because
ahead.
we're talking about Virginia artists here, and one of those being Timberland. I don't know if you guys have heard at all any of this like AI stuff with Timberland. Have you guys even caught anyone?
I
of that?
saw a headline, but I didn't dive into it, so I wouldn't be able to really speak on it.
Okay.
But I did see a headline about him doing something with AI,
like signing like an AI artist.
yeah,
or
something like that. But I didn't get too far into it, so I didn't want to really dive into it. I didn't.
I told you. Remember, I said it on here that they're gonna hip hop is gonna have an AI artist.
Yeah, you did.
And they're gonna just take the scrap. They're literally gonna take the data of all the songs combined. And they're just gonna manufacture a hit.
Well, that's what a lot of people are giving Timberland flack for, is because he started like kind of like this American Idol type show with him being the host, and him like trying to take these artists' music who are submitting it for entry, and he's like pretty much saying who's going to win, who could work with him or whatever. But he ends up at the end of it like choosing the AI artist or something.
Wow.
Like that. But he kept like all the music that was submitted to him, and it was like being used in AI to feed this artist.
I believe it.
Wow.
I believe it. But I bet you with submitting all that stuff, they signed a long contract that probably has it to where it's like
it was somewhere
you waive
in the
all,
details.
You waive it all.
Yeah. It was somewhere in the details.
Wow.
You waive it all and let Skynet take over.
Let us take over the music.
Wow.
I am hip hop.
Yeah.
Well,
But
I
know he's apologized because there's like a lot of people firing back on that, but I don't know. It doesn't really sound like he's really apologetic. It just sounds like he's kind of making a PR move. But it's just interesting because I mean, these times that we're in with AI and stuff. It's like it's changing a little bit with the music aspect. Yeah. I saw that in the headlines, and because we're talking about Virginia artists here, Pharrell and Clipse, I thought like that'd be just kind of interesting to mention.
Yeah, once you start messing with AI, you're gonna start moving the goalpost on morals and virtues.
Yeah.
So it's best not to even get involved at that point with hip hop and AI.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time we saw it was in the Drake Kendrick battle. As far as take real,
place in the battle.
That was the first time we really saw it in rap form in a battle too.
Right.
You know what I mean? What he did, with his verses with Tupac and Snoop's voices.
Right.
And it was and that was badly received.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because eventually with the goalpost, hypothetically speaking, of course, with the goalpost extended to its limit, you're going to be like, yeah, but we've already done these. We've already done this, that. We've already done A, B, and C with AI before. Why not just let the artist do it? And then once we give it, once they take the inch, they're going to take the mile.
Yes.
And they're going to take they're going to take the whole football field.
Right. First, it'll be an AI hit record. Then it'll be an AI classic
Let 'em.
album.
Yeah,
then
then
it'll be an
let 'em.
AI
Let
album
'em.
that wins a Grammy. It's only a matter of time before it gets to that point if we don't really kind of just put the foot down and say no.
Yeah.
If we don't have that integrity in hip hop, it's only a matter of time for an AI album wins best rap album at the Grammys. Or there's gonna be an album that we think is this classic album, and we find out it was AI.
Yeah. Or we find out that AI's behind a lot of these ghostwriters.
Come on,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
worse.
that's another thing, too.
Like as bad as ghostwriters can be, AI that's even worse.
Which I'm sure is already happening. I'm sure that's already happening.
Somewhere behind the scenes, it's only I think sadly it's only a matter of time for we get this album or this song that we think is super dope, and we're gonna find out it was AI.
20 years from now, we're going to be freestyling these episodes in binary.
Yeah.
I'm like 00111 00111.
I even though AI is kind of like coming more into the into the mainstream, I feel like still I have hope that I feel like still we'll somehow figure it out. We'll still be more with our human touch to it more. So
I hope so.
I feel like that. I feel like we'll win that battle. But
I hope so.
Timbaland was like, nah, run it.
Timbaland was
Sign
like,
here.
sign me up. Let me run this.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to give us all the songs? Sure.
And Timbaland is such a huge
Put it in the
figure
machine.
Yes.
in hip hop. I mean, he was so instrumental to Aaliyah, Missy.
He had the number one
Genuine.
spot
Justin.
producer for a while.
Like this dude means so much. I
Yes.
feel like to the music genre, everything.
Yes.
And for him to be this guy, and he's known to be futuristic,
Absolutely.
but for him to almost kind of sell out everybody,
That's a cheat code, man.
yeah, it's kind of crazy.
That's like taking steroids, man. We don't need that, man.
Yeah,
we
crazy.
We don't need that.
But yeah, this rollout though is legendary. I
Absolutely.
think it's not going to disappoint. I feel like already what we've seen already is a good sample of
Absolutely.
what we're
And a
about to
much
get.
needed reunion. I
Yes.
hope it inspires other artists
Yes.
to
Other groups.
reunite and
Yes.
make something happen.
And honestly, also continue to wave the flag that you can age in hip hop. Like that's so big. Like we need to show people that
Like the show ain't over.
no, this thing where you gotta retire at 34 or something. Like, nah, man. If you can spit till you're 55, 60.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know if I want to hear 80-year-old rap, but if you nice, you nice.
Damn.
We don't know yet. We don't know.
We haven't
what
gotten
that's-
there yet.
We
Yeah.
don't know what
MC
that's-
depends.
You know, we haven't seen, KRS, and when KRS and Rakim get to their 80s, we'll see. But
That's gonna be a hard
you
one.
know what I mean? But as of now, the 50-year-old rapper, that's not a thing anymore. It's not a
Yeah.
Nas has done it, Jay's done it. Like it's not out of pocket to be a 50-year-old rapper.
After I
now.
take a Cialis, I'm gonna see Alice.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. Is I feel like it's gonna be. We're so spoiled having Rakim, KRS-One, similarly to having Bill Russell, for a long time. Kareem as well we had him for a long time. Like we're really spoiled. I don't know when we do lose somebody like a KRS or a Rakim. That's gonna. I feel like that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt.
And that's a good point to bring up, Isaiah, because the mentorship vision that you see with Kareem, your Bill Russells, and the Jerry Wests of the world,
Yeah.
we actually are at a benefit because our mentorship with these artists, like an MC to a Rakim could still spit.
Yes, it's
That's
not like a
as if
sport.
Jerry West or Bill Russell
Could
and
still
Kareem
play.
could still hoop.
Right.
These guys could still spit at a high level.
Yes.
And that mentorship's key, and it's gonna, it's gonna contribute to that impact of the grieving that we're gonna have when we lose them because they were still contributing up to that point.
I mean, you even got the line in the Kendrick verse on the Clipse. I mean, he said, "Hip hop died again. I might give half my profits to Rakim." Like that shout out,
that's like
still giving that. Like that, we need those type of shout outs because we need the generations that come up to know who these people are. We cannot have a generation of fans of hip hop that don't know Rakim, that don't know KRS, that don't know Kane, that don't know Ice Cube was a rapper. You know what I mean? Like we need people to know this. Like we need everyone in hip hop to know Ice Cube was once one of the best MCs.
Imagine you only know Ice Cube from that Family movie.
Come on, man.
Like, that's the only way you know.
That's the
With
only
some
way.
Kids, that is the only way they know.
Man, that Ice Cube would have been a really good rapper.
Like, oh, you didn't know. Like he really was nice. He actually was. There was a point where he was the best rapper alive at one point.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So,
and even now being compared to like writing ability, in challenge to Biggie. Like, that was a crazy debate. That that they had on
Drink Champs.
Yeah, that was a crazy one.
Yeah, so it's like to see Clipse doing it in their 40s to 50 is dope. Yeah, so we're looking forward to this album. When it's out, be on the lookout for the review. We will have it soon after it comes out. Be on the lookout.
Yeah,
there was a recent clip of Andre 3000 doing a flute performance. I think he did it in Atlanta. And someone in the crowd, and peace to her, she's a saint, play Miss Jackson. He had the flute in his hand. He's all like, oh, nah, honey, it's on the radio. I'm like, man, if you don't stop, how do you not want to have money being printed with the Outkast reunion?
It's wild.
Like,
I feel like we keep pushing him. I think he will start it.
Dude, they need to push bags in front of him.
Yes.
That's what they need to do.
One tour. You could do one farewell tour.
Yeah,
drop an album and do a farewell
8
tour.
Tracks with Big Boy. How hard is that?
Done.
I don't know. We're on the outside looking in on it.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, you're talking about the Clipse reuniting. Like, it's right in pocket with something like that.
Come on, man.
Yeah. All right. So everybody, I mean, check out this album that's going to be dropping. The ink will be fresh.
Yes.
Yeah. So make sure you are up on speed with this album.
That's gonna be fun.
No pun intended. All right, everybody. Mark, give him the farewell
to the MCs. If you drop a mic, drop a yuh. To the casket drops.
Peace.